Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the Hetty Coleman podcast, where I have go-win conversations with fabulous people so I can get their story out to the world so that you can learn from it, be inspired by it, and connect with them. Now, before I jump into this podcast, I wanted to share a little something with you. And that's my excitement for my first ever Hetty Coleman podcast meetup. I really want to build a go-in community around my podcast, a community of people who are striving to be consistent in doing the right thing so they can achieve the wins they want for their life so they can live out their greatest story. I think we can learn and discover these right things from one another. That's why I do this podcast, so that we can learn from one another, inspire one another, and just connect. I just want us to connect and go deeper in our relationships and just share things that we have learned that has allowed us to achieve the wins we want for our lives, because we want everyone to win. At least that's what I want. I want everyone to win. And so that's the great thing about these podcasts, that I just get this great opportunity to sit down and have these real go-win conversations with people that I'm learning from and that are inspiring me, and I'm connecting with these people. So that meetup is about bringing all these people together so that we can be face-to-face and really interact with one another and just go deeper. So enough about that. I just wanted to put that out there. I'm just excited about it. Thank you for letting me share my excitement with you. And so, but enough of that. I'm also excited about this go-in conversation with Jordan Miller, who is the founder of Gen Y. And you're about to experience this gentleman for yourself. He's fun. We laugh a bunch on this episode, but man, his heart for reaching the next generation and pouring into them is amazing. And I'm so grateful that Jordan Miller took the time out to sit with me in my favorite town, Guthrie, America, so that you can learn from him, be inspired by him, and connect with him. Let's jump into the episode. Yeah! And Jordan,
Yes, sir.
I would just like for you to just give us your 120-second story. Just give us a synopsis of who you are. Maybe just start from when you were birthed to now. Just give me some highlights in there, like to where we got to this place right now.
Oh man. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So, started out as a child, 3 years old. Killing it. No, I mean, I think like my whole life, I always kind of been either performing in some aspect, whether it's at church or at school. I was on the drama team and just being wild, I guess, in some aspect. But I was, always loves, impacting people, and never really fit in any specific like group at school or anything like that, but knew that I loved what I loved, and I actually I enjoy being around people. And so, graduated high school, went to a community college. Shout out to community colleges. They're good. And yeah, graduated from there, and then kind of found my purpose. I feel like through music, I started rapping, doing music, and traveling with that, and spoken word, and just being a writer in general. And took some of my friends with me, traveled across country with a couple other artists, but then also like impacted different shows and going to open mics and everything like that within Oklahoma. And then found Generation Y through whole nother story. And then just found that I really have some talented friends with me, and we all have a like-minded personality that we want to keep impacting people through that, and through our talents and through our gifts and everything. And so we're using everything that we have to impact everybody around us. So that's, I don't know how fast that was, but that was
no, that's good.
Yeah, it's kind of a short one.
That's really good. So just kind of going back a little bit, like, what did you imagine yourself being when you were like a kid? What were some of the things that you like, man, one day I want to be?
Yeah.
It wasn't this.
Yeah.
I would assume.
I didn't know. No, definitely not. I didn't think that it would be like this. I always knew, like, because that's what everybody, like, struggles with. They're like, I don't know what to do with, my life and stuff. They just love people. And I think, like, I was in that same spot, but there was a lot of people saying, hey, you should do this or you should do that. And I was just uncomfortable with a lot of it. And so I think, like, how even, like, God ordained certain things, certain situations, or even meeting certain people, like learning how, I could take a little bit of that or a little bit of this to form kind of what we're at right now. But I think, like, whenever I was young, I did low-key want to be an actor.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was like my actual, like, that's kind of what I would want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So did you do anything to kind of pursue acting? Did you take any classes or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
I was in drama team, like, at school and stuff like that. And then at church, I actually won some awards at church. We had the fine arts thing, and but it's not like a proud thing. You can't, like, walk around with them medals around, But
do you still have them?
I mean, my mom does.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe no, I'm playing. But yeah, my mom's got them probably. But yeah, so that's kind of what that was like. And then I actually was introduced to music, like performing music and everything through that as well. Okay. And so started early, like writing. That's what it started out as, is just writing stuff. Didn't know that I could turn it into music, because everybody, like, where I was at, UConn Mustang, I don't know if they were really supportive of, like, hip hop rap music. Yeah. And so, but, like, kind of had to break off through that and then find what I was comfortable with, and then find people that supported it and everything. And so now, we're at where we're at.
For sure. So whenever you were writing it in as poems, as poetry. I can't say words clearly. As poetry or what? Like,
I think it started out as poems, poetry, and then I was actually in, like, a rock band one time.
Get out of here.
But yeah, I played the drums and wrote the songs. And so but yeah, that was.
So whenever you were writing them as rock songs in your head, were you hearing them as rap and you like, but we can do this as rock, or were you hearing it as rock?
Yeah, I mean, I heard it a certain way, and it was kind of like more words than it was melody. So it was kind of like, this could be rap, And so I found that out more toward high school time. So
okay,
yeah.
So when were you in the rock band?
I was like,
was it middle school?
Yeah, middle school. I was in 8th grade. So we had this rock band called Ninjas Eating Soup with Chopsticks, and so it was lit. Okay, but yeah. I had one of my first girlfriends because I played in a band. That was dope.
So she was digging you because you were in a band?
Definitely.
So I've never had this experience. I wasn't that cool at all. Never had this experience.
Yeah.
So what does that look like, even in the middle? It's like, she's like, you play the drums.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that what you was like,
pretty much. Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
Was she cute?
I mean, she was cute. What? I mean, yeah, definitely. I wasn't the cool one on the team, man. So I was that awkward, like, drummer. So
drummers are definitely so my favorite people are the drummers and the bass players.
Yeah. Man, because they keep the rhythm, right?
Oh, I don't know what it is, but it's just like they're the coolest to me. Especially a drummer that's really good and can like just be going hard on it.
Right.
I'm like, give me that all day. Like,
yeah.
And then a bass player is kind of the same way. Like,
right.
You just be feeling it.
Definitely.
Remove them, it's like,
there's something missing.
There's
right?
something. However, I do like a good a person who can just grab an acoustic guitar
Yeah.
and just go for it. Like,
Right.
that's a great storyteller, but can also sing.
Definitely.
I can dig that too.
Yeah, yeah.
But typically, like, there's nothing like a bass in
For
a
sure,
drummer,
man. For sure.
So
we hold it
had
down.
the spot. Yeah, I was about to say
hold
you
it
had the
down.
spot. I don't think people understand that though until they get older. Sometimes, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
importance of how cool the drummer really is.
Right.
We always look at the lead singer when you're young.
Exactly.
But like, yeah, no,
Definitely.
you had it.
Definitely.
You had it, man.
Had it in
So-
the bag.
Middle school, then you go into high school, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where you start recognizing this whole hip hop.
Yep.
And you kind of had to go outside of your city's community to
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
Tell me your first experience, like encounter hip hop. Like, what was it like to really feel that and see that and know that, like, oh, I can do something with this.
Yeah. I think. I mean, obviously listening to hip hop, but also like my first encounter outside of like my town was like this little small open mic that we were doing. It was like it's kind of more toward Edmond area. And then we moved to Bistro, or OP, and then, but finding like communities that were just like super supportive of it, whether like you sucked or you were really good. But like the love for the art, I think like that, really inspired me because it brought communities together. Despite like, what you look like or how good or how bad you were or anything, like it grew people together, but it also grew people in their talent. And I think like, seeing that type of community and that type of love, like really like pushed me to get better. And then also want to do it on a bigger scale. So, that was my first like kind of introduction to it. And that's what drew me, even closer to it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who's some of your favorite hip hop artists?
Artists, I mean, obviously, like, you have the classics, Tupac, Eminem, you have Jay-Z. It's like, I really love Drake, okay? So by unpopular opinion, yes, he's mainstream and stuff, but he's a talented dude, okay? And so, yeah, I mean, it's just some super talent. I like lyricists. I like people that tell a story, but then also can convey emotion. There's a lot of, like, people that are super popular that just talk nonsense.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's cool sometimes, but it's like I have to listen to substance.
Yeah.
And so something that, really draws you in. And so, yeah.
Give me your top 5 greatest lyricists.
Lyricist. Okay. Lyricist?
Top 5.
Okay. Aside from Sean Johnson, just in case he does hear this. No, I'm playing.
Okay, wait. Let's remind us if we get sidetracked on this. So, remind us where we were at.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Top 5 lyricists, got it.
Top 5 lyricists. Okay, so if I say where were we at? Okay. So I didn't know Sean. I don't know, like, if you know my story with Sean. Like, so
No.
early, Sean started performing through my events.
We Tell
That was
Stories.
well, before We Tell Stories, we did some outreach.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
And we bring up. So I only knew Sean as like the singer,
Really?
and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I hear it was the MLK one, Malcolm X.
Yeah, and then a little bit of No Flex Zone. He was low-key rapping.
No Flex. Was that like a collaboration with some other artists?
That was just him,
No Flex Zone.
right?
No Flex
Yeah.
Zone.
Yeah.
But anyway, I didn't know that. I was like,
when he performs that, he's feeling it. Yeah.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he.
Yeah, he's a cold.
Yeah, he was like it wasn't like he was just trying to do something.
Yeah.
Like he could legitimately
Yeah.
rap. Hopefully this won't get me banned if I play this. This one?
Yeah. You not heard this one?
I'm sure I have.
I think he only performs this
will they
like.
boot me off YouTube when I post this? Is Sean copyrighted? Like, yes. Yes.
He goes crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. I know what he's doing when he plays the song too. Come on now, you can't play that song live and expect people not to feel it. Jeez, Sean, come on.
Man.
Yeah,
That's legit.
he's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But I didn't know. I did not know, so I was surprised.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a big brother. I'm like,
yeah.
My little brother got it.
Yeah,
That's legit.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
anyway, top 5.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Top 5. Man, I would say I love Nipsey Hussle. I love Drake.
So is this your top 5?
Yeah.
So 1,
Is that
Nipsey?
okay? Well, so you.
Yeah.
I gotta go in order.
Yeah. Come on, man.
But it's just lyricists. Are you talking lyricists? You said lyricists, so
What
that's a
else
whole
would it be?
nother. Because artists in general.
Top
and
5
then-
artists. Top 5 hip hop artists.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to think. Because would you have to think a little bit harder if I say just lyricists?
No, I could rattle them off pretty quick.
Okay, top 5
Lyricists.
Yeah.
Lyricists. I would say Joyner Lucas. I would say maybe I can't go as fast.
Yeah.
No, I really
Don't
like
go-
I really
don't
like
go too
Andy
fast.
Mineo is dope as a lyricist. I like Drake. I like JID. Like lyricist.
You said Drake?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that surprising?
No, so let me just be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
really don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I know like old school,
Right,
but when
right,
you
right.
start getting into these new, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
But
He's just an all around. I feel like dope artist.
evidently you really
Yeah.
like because you've
Yeah,
mentioned.
he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
you've mentioned him like. You've mentioned him a few times.
No, he's
Kelsey,
good.
are
He's
you
good.
a Drake? Are you?
I like Drake.
Okay.
I do. Not
Okay.
as much as Jordan.
Okay.
I'm not.
And again,
He's
I
just dope,
don't think
yeah.
I'm judging you at all. I sense that people have judged you on this.
No, not at all. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I don't even know. I'm listening.
Yeah.
So, because so far I don't know any of the top 2 that you just mentioned.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Are they pretty new or? Because who was that number 1?
Joyner Lucas.
Jordan Lucas.
Yeah, Joyner Lucas. He just knows how to tell.
I'm gonna have to have
some
you just come
stories.
around me all the time because
No,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna. I'm just gonna be going home. My kids are gonna be like, "What?" Dad, you
Yeah,
know about?"
I mean, yeah, he's dope. He just tells stories really well. And then I like Tory Lanez. Man, I don't know. There's a lot of good artists, man.
You said that you would be at around.
I said those are my top 5. I would say top 5 right there. Right there.
That's your
Yeah,
top 5.
Yes, sir.
Top 5 artists. Since
Mm.
there's,
Is that
there,
current or of all time?
I was thinking current. Dang. Y'all just make it difficult.
yeah, because when you name those people, I didn't hear anybody like, man. First of all, I think Tupac
Yeah.
would definitely be in there. Jay-Z
Yeah.
would be in there. Man, I'm trying to think like, man, oh my goodness,
It's
What's his
harder
name?
than we think,
No,
right?
I just haven't been in the.
J. Cole,
Nas,
I love
Nas
is dope. I forgot J. Cole. I gotta put J. Cole in there.
Man, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm failing. Okay,
No, I'm
we were
just saying
talking
like,
current. I was saying current.
yeah, current. If you were going current, like I wouldn't know
Yeah,
any of those.
yeah.
But I'm
Right,
thinking
right,
like
right.
if you were doing, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, he didn't mention any of them.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's
Okay.
my current. That's my
Okay,
current yeah.
artist.
Yeah, artist.
Yeah. Now you put yourself in this situation. You said there was a difference, so I'm just trying to see.
I know. Yeah.
You gotta school me, man. I'm going home. I'm writing these things down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it on my son.
Oh, drop it on. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
He's gonna try to see if this is okay. He's like, nah, this guy's fake. You know.
Well, I was talking about like Jordan Lucas' dad. Who's you
Right,
talking?
right,
Jordan, don't
yeah.
do me like that.
No. Oh man, there's so many good artists, man.
Just name some few. Who's coming to your head?
Toby.
Mac? Jordan, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hitting.
No.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. No,
You cutting it off? Is that what you're doing? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for cutting it out. Yeah. and
We're
cut.
done.
Wow.
We're
No.
so done. No. Hey,
what?
wait, hold on. So no disrespect to Toby Mac.
Oh,
That
well,
is not what I'm doing right now.
I don't know. The way you said Toby Mac kind of seemed a little different. Shout out to all the Toby Mac listeners out there. Y'all are really holding it down.
What was the name of his
all this-
group?
Diversity. Oh.
What was the name of his? What was the name of his group? Toby Mac was in DC Talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, artist. Like I need you to come.
So
with,
I was saying okay.
Toby. Yeah,
so
Toby,
not
sorry.
Toby Mac.
Okay.
Toby. I've sorry. Huh?
How do you say it?
It's like New England. I don't want to mess up his last name, but yeah, he's super dope. He started a whole like campaign where he would drop a new like spoken word / rap on every Sunday, and so yeah, and then ever since then he's been doing one a week for like probably a good almost 2 years ish.
Okay.
Maybe longer.
Okay.
But super talented dude. And he has a whole team that travels with him, and like his production is ridiculous. And so yeah, I would say him, J. Cole. I really like Dreamville, like their whole group that they've got. But artist wise, yeah, I would say those two, and then Drake of all time, I would say, and then Chris Brown is a really good entertainer, performer.
Oh, okay.
And
Chris tries to rap too, though, doesn't he?
he does rap.
Okay.
He doesn't
Yeah.
try. He raps.
Oh, he brings it.
he raps. Yeah.
I think I saw him do a freestyle once on Sway in the
Sway.
Morning.
Yeah.
He did it.
He killed it.
You know who else is Childish? Is that his name?
Gambino, Childish Gambino.
He has another name he goes by too.
Danny Glover.
Glover, Donald.
Donald Glover. Yeah.
I got you.
Danny Glover's.
the other one. Yeah.
Danny Glover is the what was it? Lethal Weapon.
Hey, he killed it too. You know what I'm saying?
The truth be told,
Exactly.
Danny is the man, right? Yeah, but I like said
Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really good. He's really good.
that Made in America. Is it Made in America?
This is America.
This is America.
This is America.
Yeah.
What would you guys do without me?
We're still trying to figure that. Thank you for being there. Thank you for bringing her.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you are killing it for us today. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I would probably throw him in there too.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, just all around art as an artist.
Yep. As an artist.
Acting.
Yep. Yeah.
Singing a little bit.
Yeah.
Raps.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I would say
There's not a
so.
whole lot of artists that do that. Justin Timberlake does it. He's probably the only other.
Yeah.
There's got to be more, but yeah.
Justin Timberlake. Has he ever been on the Sway in the Morning?
I don't know.
I like to hear him drop.
That would be pretty
See-
crazy.
Yeah. I like to see. He's talented.
He's super talented.
That
yeah.
cat is. He's on it. He reminds me of like. Oh man, what's the? He's a little older now. Kind of like Chris Brown. You know,
Oh,
like
okay.
that on that talent dance.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say like he can dance like Chris.
Yeah.
But you know, I think
Definitely.
for who he is, he does a really good job
Yeah.
dancing, singing, and all that stuff. And so,
Yeah.
what's the little short black guy?
Bruno Mars?
Bruno.
Yeah.
Does Bruno rap?
I mean, he's got the sauce. He probably could.
Yeah,
But I think he does more like, that funky, like singing and everything.
He's
So,
talented.
Super talented.
Drums, all that.
Yeah.
He's bringing it.
He plays guitar and everything. Yeah.
He reminds me of Prince. You know, like
I can see that.
like he's not Prince,
Right.
but he, that's
Yeah.
what I get from him.
The vibe.
Yeah, the vibe.
Yeah,
Prince was. We had a Prince fan club when I'm.
You did?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. We were walking around school with Prince pins on.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We
You still have it? Mom has it?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we do not. I do not still have
Okay.
the Prince fan club pin.
I think it's dope.
But yeah, I was about to say I wish I did because
Yeah.
pins are starting to come back.
Definitely.
I mean, I see people and they just have their whole jacket full of
Yep.
people who are like JB.
Yeah.
JB be rocking the pins hard.
JB, yeah.
Vernon.
Vernon, I was about to say,
Yeah, they're pin people.
definitely. Yeah.
So
Those are
you
some
got
good
pins
people.
on?
I don't have pins on. I'm plain.
You got pins on
I
your track?
don't. No, I'm
Do you have
slacking.
he has a oh no.
I don't.
Does he have a patch?
Do you have any people?
He brought his people, ladies and gentlemen. I bring my people. He brings his people.
You didn't bring your people. You brought him.
I did. I bring.
Yeah, I got
did
my
bring,
people.
I,
Don't
yeah,
even trip.
Right,
How
right.
many people? I'm gonna have to add more
I felt
people.
way
I feel
more
like-
safe that you got this 5 group right here. Yeah,
Okay, let's keep.
that's good.
No, they're
tight.
not pirates. They're
It is. It has treasure.
That is pirates.
that's
Tell me what that is.
leave my people.
All right.
Leave-
Yes, sir.
Leave my
yes,
people.
sir.
He's
Leave
messing
my
with
people.
Leave my
Let
people.
my people go.
Leave him alone.
That's good.
Oh, so okay. High school, you get into this hip hop thing.
Yeah.
Transition out of high school. What did you do when did you do some college? You go to college? What did that look
Community college, yes,
Okay.
sir. Shout out to OSU OKC.
Oh,
all the
nice.
single moms bringing their kids into class.
Yeah.
They,
Do it.
it was great. But honestly, that was like probably the darkest like years of my life.
Okay.
Because a lot of my friends, they graduated and went to like major colleges and everything like that. And
Yeah.
so, and I'm an only child. And so like, yeah, like having everybody leave and then, you know, me not thinking that I was doing anything cool
Yeah.
with my life, you know, because I went to community college and then still trying to figure out even what I wanted to do. Definitely like those were like some dark times because I was just struggling with being for one, depression as well, but then also loneliness and feeling lost. And so through the whole time, it's like, you know, still a believer and everything, but just struggled heavy with all of that. And so actually attempted to take my life once my junior year of college. And so, yeah. And then kind of moved out of that whole situation and found motivational speaking through another group. And then that group kind of fizzled out. And they were like, if you want to keep doing school assemblies or anything like that, you know, see what direction you want to take, what if you got to make a whole new team and everything like that. And I was like, all right, cool, appreciate it. And so, but from that, we definitely like stepped back and like reanalyzed what direction we could take now, because now we have free reign. And so
when we say we, there was some more people with you. That
there's about
kinda had to
2 or 3 people that kind of moved with me from that other group to Generation Y. And so just thinking about the direction that we can take it. And at the time, 3 years ago, Oklahoma went from 32nd to now one of the 3rd leading states in suicide rate, ranging from the age of 12 to 26. And so we really feel a need for these students that that feel like they don't have a purpose, that feel like they don't have an identity, that feel like they don't have potential to do anything in life. And so we wanted to implement that whole thing. And we do want to hit on like anti-bullying and suicide prevention, but our main thing is we're like, if we feel like a student grasp the concept of your why and your purpose, that would be their foundation for the future. And so so that's what we went with, is like Generation Y. We want to implement a whole new generation with a purpose, with a passion to do something great. And so that's the name that we came up with, and we've been running with that. So,
That's cool.
Yeah.
And so that's been going about 3 years now?
3 years, yeah.
Okay.
Since January, or November was our 3rd year.
Yeah. So
So-
talk to us what it looks like whenever. First, give us a little bit more about who Generation Y is. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you've kind of talked about that. And then kind of tell, like, when you arrive at whatever organization, school,
Yeah.
what does it look like from the time you're there to the end of you leaving out of there?
Yeah. Okay, so Generation Y is a collective organization of creative people. We have rappers, dancers, spoken word artists. We have we've had painters come out, and then we also have motivational speakers. And so we split up the talking points with the arts. And so we come up and really change the whole vibe for the whole school. And so these kids are not walking into just another gym. They're not walking into just another hour or 45 minutes of somebody just talking and boring them to death. And so we changed the vibe for sure. And so we want like there's a lot of people and organizations that bring kids into their element, but we want to bring an element to these kids. And so that's their world, is their school. They pretty much live there throughout the week, you know. And so we go in there with our sound system. We have our stacks, our subs, our monitors, projectors, projector screens. We have a whole trussing system that has our lighting and a DJ booth and everything like that. We got fog machines and crazy lights going nuts and stuff like that. And so these kids are legit walking into what it would probably feel like a club. And so they're, you know, they walk in with their guard up the whole time, you know, and so you can see these kids like, what I'm walking into type thing. And so, but by the end of the whole assembly, you see them like just start chipping away at their wall, you know. And so by the end, you could, you know, these kids, like we have 50 to 100 kids at the end of it wanting to either take pictures or tell us their story or say how it impacted them and everything. And so, but all we're doing is like we're showing them the unification between, for one, races. We show different styles, different talents, different abilities coming together for one purpose, and that's to, you know, to shed love. You know, we want to. That's what our banner organization, Fight for the Forgotten, that's what they implement through us the whole time, is to defeat hate with love and to knock out bullying worldwide. And so that's our goal, is to implement that these students can be who they are, but you know, you got to find what makes you, you know, and sets you apart. Yeah. And so,
is there a story that you can share with us that from a student, like how it had impacted their lives and maybe it got back to you? From the moment that you were with them? Yeah.
So we've had 3 stories, I would say. One was in Michigan. This girl, she came down, she's crying and said, because you were here today, I'll be here tomorrow. And she pulled out a letter that she wrote, and that was actually her suicide note. And so she was planning on that day to just end it all. And so so that one was super impactful. We've had one through a girl on our team named Kiki, and then Kelsey. They were talking to a girl as well, and it's just like they relate a lot with the stories that are being told and everything like that. And so there's a lot of students that are dealing with suicidal ideations, and so just even being able to healthily talk about it is huge for these students. And so where they don't feel judged, whether they don't feel condemned or anything like that. And so they really connect just with our vulnerability, and then our realness and our ableness to, you know, talk about these things. And so a lot of schools are even struggling with these topics in general, but like they aren't understanding that these things need to be talked about, especially if our state is getting even worse with it. So like that's our goal, is to bring Oklahoma down in the statistics. So but yeah, I would, those are the main ones that probably hit home with us.
That's cool.
Those stories.
That's cool. So as an organization, you've been going for 3 years. For somebody out there listening right now, like, man, one day I want to start a nonprofit. I want to create a mission and go out there and fulfill it. What are some things that you've learned over your 3 years or so that you have to be consistent in to achieve the wins you want for your organization?
So the consistent thing I would say is to stay consistent, you know, because like even at the beginning, like whenever we were first starting, like I've never dealt with like stress and anxiety before until I started a nonprofit, but it's like I didn't know anything about nonprofit world or anything. And then kind of like just jumping in head first was like a little overwhelming, but then, you know, finding the communities, like even with you, like, you know, met with you a couple times and asking you like advice and everything like that. And it's like actual take advice, like people like have been in this game for a minute. So it was like actually take advice and then heed the advice. And so I would say that. And then, I mean, nowadays is like content. It's like, I mean, you're already on it too with this podcast. Is like there's people that don't utilize certain things, and you know the internet needs to be used as a tool, and don't let it use you. You know what I'm saying? But you can use it all the time. It's like that can be your consistent avenue as well. But nonprofit world, man, I would say jump into it. Like, I mean, it's scary at first for sure, but like I mean, we've been learning along the way, along the way, and so we've actually been blessed to come up under another nonprofit called Fight for the Forgotten, and so the CEO of that is a MMA fighter, has fought all over the world, and his nonprofit actually raises money to build wells in the Congo of Africa, and so. So they're killing it, and so super blessed to be able to come up under that. But they wanted to come stateside because his story deals with bullying and suicide as well. And so his board members was like, you need to bring your story to stateside and stuff like that. And so, but he found us, and he was like, well, I don't want to reinvent the wheel. Let's partner together and make this a bigger impact. And so, just got done meeting with some people at the Capitol. Man, they want to try to make, Generation Y one of the number one anti-bullying suicide prevention programs in Oklahoma.
Legit.
Yeah, man. And so just honored, man, to be able to do this. And so, but I feel like as somebody starting a nonprofit, is like you got to find the people that are actually doing it, what I'm saying, that are making the steps to make an impact, not just to say that they got a nonprofit just to raise some money, And so I would say, find people who are actively doing it. And so that's what's been the biggest help for sure.
So kind of just surrounding yourself with people, they kind of have that same why.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the wells in Congo is not the same as
right.
going into schools. Exactly. But there's still this. You can say those who are bullied almost are forgotten. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So kind of line it. There's some common ground there.
Exactly.
And so being able to partner with people, and that kind of gives you a little bit more steam. Because I think recently, didn't I just see, because you all did partner with them, did y'all get some vehicles or something like that?
Yeah, man. So with Fight for the Forgotten, they actually have partnered with Hudaberg. In Midwest City, and so
shout out Hudaberg.
Shout out Hudaberg.
Come on, shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to the shout out.
Shout out to the shout out. But yeah, man, Hudaberg actually is in the process of making a side thing where it's called Hudaberg Helps, and they are actually like lending hands out to just showing that they are actually doing stuff, because they're like super humble people, but like they're actually doing stuff in the community that people don't even know about. And so so we wanted to shout them out like crazy. And so they donated 2 vehicles for us. Usually we rent vehicles everywhere that we go, because we travel around with 8 to 12 of us as a team, and so we need that van. So but with this now, we don't have to come out of pocket with it. They just drive up. But it's super big blessing, man. So
what have you all been able to do as far as fundraising? Because this takes money, right? What have you found to be some of the keys in fundraising to be able to keep moving forward? You can't do it without money.
Yeah. So before we even come up with this partnership with Fight for the Forgotten, we've been just finding people that love the mission and love the heart behind everything. And so for one, either finding businesses or just finding people in general that like have a heart to see youth being changed. That's kind of the main thing that we kind of tapped into. Churches could sometimes donate, or just different organizations that have a heart for this. And so, but with this merge into Fight for the Forgotten, now we're looking at grants, because they're wanting to, like we were at the Capitol, they're looking to find bigger grants to help us create even more of a platform and even more of curriculum for these students. So we're even looking at possibly an app for these students to find. This is like pretty much a U version for anti-bullying app. And so super exciting stuff, man. And so there's grants, there's people, there's businesses, there's other even nonprofits that sometimes partner with other nonprofits. And so there's so many avenues out there that I would say. But even now, we're in the process right now. February is we've partnered with Edmond Santa Fe. Their student council chose Generation Y and Fight for the Forgotten for their philanthropy week.
Oh, nice.
So
for Rock Week, what is it called? No,
Double Wolf Dare Week.
Yeah. That's so legit. They be raising some money too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's pretty exciting.
Awesome.
Fight for the Forgotten. They have the 2 big people that help raise money for Fight for the Forgotten, Jim and Susan, and Justin as well, but they like sent applications like crazy. They had to jump through a lot of hoops, but they chose Fight for the Forgotten and Gen Y because they want to help see the impact grow. So
that's nice, man.
Crazy.
Congratulations on
these
that.
kids go nuts.
Yeah,
they're like working after school, they're working on the weekends.
Yeah,
they like go crazy to raise money for this, man.
That's cool,
So,
man. Yeah, no, we do the same thing in Guthrie. I think it's getting ready to come up. And so I think they're trying to pick their organization, their nonprofit.
Oh, they're still looking for one?
Yeah. Because they
No.
like we can relocate real quick. You know, we can get a get a downtown office to be.
We can do that. Yeah, definitely. Yes, sir.
That's cool. So, how many people on your team, and what are some of the different roles that y'all have?
Yeah, man. So we have 8 to 12 of us, I would say, that actually travel. But I would say even we got my guy Chase at Bloomer, and then Josh Opara. And then Dominique Morris. They are super big, influential people in the dance part of Generation Y. And so Josh has been overseas doing tours in Japan and Germany and everything like that for dance. He's been, I'm pretty sure he's been on BET, guest appearances and stuff like that. Like some pretty legit like people that are in Oklahoma that, you know, Oklahoma needs to know about. And so, but he's all three of them, they've grown a little dance team that we have in our dance studio, Generation Y. And they meet every Sunday and Tuesday nights to practice, and they've grown that to I think almost 10 of them. And so that's just the dance team. And then we have about 4 hip hop artists, whether it's spoken word or rappers. And so they're killing it as well, growing their little their fan base and their music and stuff like that. And then we also have our speakers. Motivational speakers, man, rappers, dancers, spoken word artists, and it's pretty crazy.
So is there this goal of one day having multiple teams that go out, so you could be at 2 schools, 3 schools, 4 schools at once?
You already know. Yes, definitely. Yeah, man. Legit. So we've actually been already in process of making that, which is definitely a God thing as well. So we got 2 trailers already, and so, but that was not, we were supposed to sell 1, but now we've moved so fast that it's like we actually need 2 because we may be, making 2 teams.
So 2 sets of soundboards, and lights, all that. You have to have multiple.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So, we're looking into that, and that's actually sooner than later. Because like these schools are definitely booking really fast, but then also the way that the capital is talking, like they want us to be in a lot of districts at one time. So
now have you done multiple? So have you done the same school multiple times?
We have gotten to that point, yeah. Not only same school, but also same districts. So, like, there's students in that area that hear about us. And we've had one time that, like, students left their school and then came to the school that we were performing at. Yeah. And so, like, these kids are wild. but we've been to that point where we've done it the same one time in the same year, but then also, back-to-back years we'll return and come back. So,
So pursueyourwhy.org is your website?
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's all spelled out. Pursueyourwhy.org.
Cool. So on this website, I'm seeing all the different where people have sponsored you all. Somebody, who is that? The school supplies that y'all.
Oh yeah, we in August. We raised $12,000 for school supplies, and then we donated it all to FD Moon Middle School because they were left out of like a lot of state and federal funding, and so they didn't even have a whole lot of school supplies. But we showed up in a U-Haul, and our goal was to fill a bus, and so like we had this little miniature bus that we filled, and it was overflowing, and so we took all that stuff, load up a U-Haul, and then just showered FD Moon with a bunch of school supplies.
Cool.
So super dope.
What about the after school program? Is that something that's ongoing or something that you're going to do at some point? Or
Yeah, so not only do the dancers meet at our dance studio on Sundays and Tuesdays, but we're working on getting our after school program going as well. And so there's a lot of schools that are around our studio at the moment that we've have a couple of ties into, and so we're trying to get physically into the schools to where they can, you know, see Generation Y, but then also be able to show them where our location is. And so that our location is actually inside of indoor soccer arena off of MacArthur and Reno. And so if you like indoor soccer, you can come also learn some dance moves as well.
How did y'all end up inside a soccer?
Man, I'm telling you, we make the weirdest connections, but it works. So
MMA, soccer,
yeah, all over the place,
that.
Bro.
Like your team's diverse. You know, like the diversity just keeps going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. That's cool.
But the owner of that of ISA, she just fell in love with Generation Y and was like, hey, I've got this little room that's etched out. It's not being used, and so we'd love for you guys to, if you need a dance space and practice space and everything like that. So we transformed a whole we transformed a whole room into a dance studio. So we built a stage, and then we put mirrors up and everything like that, changed the vibe in there, and then we have a whole white wall where you can do like all your videos, podcasting, or our dance videos as well. And so man, so the whole room is just perfect for a creative just to thrive, I guess.
That's
so
nice.
Yeah,
nice. Where can people find y'all? So pursueyourwhy.org.
Yeah.
And on here I see that you have Facebook,
yeah,
you have Twitter, you have Instagram.
yes sir.
Are those handles all the same?
All the same, except we just started a TikTok about 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, a week ago. Yeah. And that's GNWY, but everything else is GNWY.co. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely.
Man, I appreciate you coming and sitting down with me and sharing a little bit of your story.
Appreciate you, man.
Talking
Definitely.
hip-hop, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and also you all will be, so currently we are in Guthrie,
Yes.
Oklahoma. This is where I live at, where I
Yeah.
get people to try to come down.
He's known like crazy around here.
Share their
you
story
ask about him
in my favorite town.
yeah.
But you all will be bringing Generation Y to
Yeah.
Guthrie next year for our students.
November.
Well, not just our students. There's going to be about 1,000 students there.
Yeah. November. That's what they're talking about. It's like a student council thing, and so
leadership conference.
I know your boy is in student council, right?
Yeah, he's the president. Come on, man.
Big dog. Yeah,
Come on, he's the big dog.
Following the footsteps, right? They just really trying to run Guthrie, to be honest.
No, not at all. We just want to serve.
yeah, that's dope.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so it's a student council convention, and it's gonna be, I think, is that downtown? Where's that building at?
Yeah,
downtown Guthrie.
We're actually about to leave and go check it out.
Yeah.
For
Super
sure,
dope.
Man.
So,
well, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the work you're doing, and
appreciate it.
Again, I always love when people come to Guthrie and share their stories. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing that. And if there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
You're gonna have to dance.
Maybe, Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? I'll do that. In Guthrie, I'll do that.
Heck
You
yeah.
come, you come to the when y'all come to the conference. I will.
I got you.
Yeah, I got some moves though.
I believe it.
Now I hope you're not thinking I can't dance.
I didn't say it, no, sir.
Yeah, I
No.
feel